All right, welcome back, Braden. Here we are, bottom half of the conferences. We got West and Midwest. Now, but let's start with the West.
Yep.
What do you see? Upsets?
Yeah, I do see some upsets. I also see, potentially a number one seed being knocked out. Personally feel Xavier's least likely number one seed to make it in to the Final Four. And I personally think it'd be very hard for Xavier to be able to fight off North Carolina. North Carolina's always played amazing in tournaments, right? They're almost every time shooting for Final Four, and mostly every time they make it. What do you think?
So I look at obviously the own conference tournaments that happened. I look down to that 7-10 matchup, Texas A&M and Providence.
Mm-hmm.
We saw that Providence in their their conference tournament beat Xavier, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they move on and go into overtime with Villanova. So they are a sleeper team in this bracket. But because of that upset, I believe that Xavier has a potential. They have somewhere in their team they have a weakness, and obviously Providence found that. But I'm also looking at that Houston and San Diego State game.
It's gonna be a good game.
It will be a great game.
Mm-hmm.
I really like Houston. I watched them beat Wichita State, which we talked about earlier. I'm not a big fan of Wichita State, so not huge. But besides that, those are the two games I'm looking forward to the most. And like you said, I'm a huge in this conference that we're looking at. I'm really big in UNC going to the Final Four.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, you do have amazing teams in Xavier. You do have a great team, Michigan, who's been playing really well lately.
Yeah.
Right. You've got Gonzaga, who's played consistently well. I just don't think any of those teams really have the power to get past North Carolina. I think they'll take it as well.
Yeah.
I put them in the Final Four, taking the West for sure.
Yep. All right, Midwest. This is a good conference as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that Duke doesn't make it too far.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking at this University of Rhode Island game against Oklahoma, and obviously superstar college phenom Trae Young, who's been playing outstanding.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of backlash because they haven't won games on the road, right?
Yeah.
It's all been home wins.
Yeah.
And so you see that, but at the same time, Trae Young's fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
He's incredible. University of Rhode Island they'll be a good team, but either way, whether Duke barely beats them, I see them then losing to Michigan State.
Okay.
In that Sweet 16 round.
Yeah. Well, hard division, right? Midwest is going to be super hard because you do have amazing teams. You got the always consistent, always amazing Kansas, right? Jayhawks, they're incredible. You got Duke, who don't even get me started with Duke. I have a love-hate relationship with them. Michigan State, one of my personal favorite teams in college basketball.
Yeah, they're awesome.
I would agree. I think Michigan State would eventually knock off Duke. I don't know how well. I personally have Rhode Island taking out Oklahoma.
Fair.
And I don't know how well Rhode Island will play against Duke, to be honest. they are an incredible team. They've played well. But Duke.
Duke, you got to watch out for Marvin Bagley.
Mm.
He's projected to go top 3 pick in the NBA this year, and he's having 30-point games with 15 rebounds. He's playing unbelievable at Duke.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a huge Grayson Allen fan at all.
No.
But their team is playing relatively well for Duke. It's not the best that they've ever been.
Not best. Not
so
the best.
I do see them being upset here.
Yeah.
Sweet 16, but they won't get to the Final Four.
Yeah, I agree. Let's talk for a sec that 12-5 matchup. I know I pointed out quite a few upsets, but I think out of all the big upsets, this is the one I'm most confident in. I take Clemson out personally.
Really?
I do. I think that great ball team, but Mexico State, I think they'll take that. I don't think they'll go far, right? I think Auburn could easily take out New Mexico State, but I think you'll see Clemson drop first round.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll keep you up to date on more of this March Madness. It is just getting started. We'll be here talking about every game that's coming up. And as teams lose, teams get knocked out, we'll keep you updated with that.
Absolutely. Okay, quick.
All
Who's
right.
taking Midwest?
Midwest, I will take Michigan State.
Okay. I would actually agree with you. I'm taking Michigan State as well.
Okay. Well, we'll be right here after break.